I love you. Baby, I love you.
Hi, I'm Jendai, and I was a bride on a budget. My parents had asked me what to do about the dress, and trying to be a big girl, I said, I'll buy my own dress. Speaking too soon, and the words just stuck. So I wanted a certain design, and being on a budget, I'm a fourth year medical student, I didn't really have thousands of dollars to spend on a dress. I went to a couple of boutiques here in my city and tried on a few dresses, and nothing was just appealing to me in terms of price and what I was looking for. Additionally, I wanted a red dress, and that can be difficult to find. And if you do find it find a style you like in a white dress, you'll have to get it dyed, and then that's additional expenses, and that just was not within our wedding budget. So I perused some information on the internet and found out about buying dresses from China, and eventually I ended up purchasing my dress from China. Now, I will warn you, this is not for the faint of heart in any terms. This is for someone who takes a little bit of risk, who is willing to take a loss, say of anywhere from $100 to $300, in case it doesn't come out the way you want it. But mine was definitely a success, and considering that it came from China, I gave them proper measurements. I was more than happy with how it turned out, and they also were able to get it exactly in the color that I wanted. So here's just a quick little guide on how to buy your wedding dress from China and to make sure you can get what you want. So step number one, I use dhgate.com. There are other websites you can use, like Alibaba, for example, and there are several others that I found. But what I liked about DHgate is that I was able to communicate directly one-on-one with the vendor. You'll want to make sure in your correspondence with the vendor or seller that you ask them what's the general working environment in the location where the dress is made. Oftentimes, well, with me, they sent pictures of the facility, and there were included a few workers in those pictures. So, for conscious and morality purposes, you definitely want to make sure that you ask what are the facilities like, who works there, and any other questions that you may have. I was able to send them a sample picture, which unfortunately I no longer have on this computer anymore, of what the dress is that I wanted. I was able to show them a color swatch scheme that I found online myself, sent to them, and stated this is the color of the dress that I want. Again, not everyone wants a red dress. Indeed, I'm very much in the rarity. But that is an option if you want to be like an offbeat bride, or if you want to be a little less traditional, if you will. So second step is to make sure you communicate regularly with the source that you find. I would be more than happy to list the source that I found somewhere in this video, so you don't have to worry about that. But make sure you're communicating with them regularly. They will give you an estimate processing time and shipping time of 1 to 2 months. So you need to plan ahead. This is not something that you can just decide in planning a wedding in 90 days. Let me order my dress from China. That's not going to work. So you want to make sure you allow yourself at least 2 months for the whole dress to be made and the shipping. Um, and make sure that you're communicating with the seller regularly. If you do decide to use a vendor or seller that is not the one that I use, make sure up front that they're able to send you photos of the dress while it's being made. This not only confirms that you're actually working on my dress and not trying to scam me, but also that your dress is in the works. If there's anything that doesn't look right as they're making it, you can always request something different or work something out. But you need that constant stream of communication. And lastly, you'll want to have multiple photos of the dress that you would like. So I found a random design. I won't call it random, but I found a design. I can't recall where because this was over a year ago. And I sent them that, and there was multiple angles of the model in the dress. That is very much a good help, because if you just have a front aspect or a side aspect, the dress may come with a zipper in the back, whereas you may have wanted a lace tie up or so forth. If you want any enhancements as well, you also need to send in pictures of that and be very specific as to where you want them. Additionally, I know my numbers are off 1, 2, 3, 4, but additionally, you want to make sure that you send in very accurate measurements. I measured myself, and I also had someone else measure me. For the most accurate measurements, you would want to have a tailor get your measurements. And they will, of course, ask for more than just the typical 3 hip, waist, and bust measurements. They will want, for example, shoulder to shoulder and so forth. But the tailor will go over that with you more. So I just wanted to give you all a few pictures of my beautiful dress. I chose to wear red because it's the color of confidence and it's the color of love, of course. Additionally, I love white dresses, and I tried on several white dresses and I just wasn't happy. I feel that when I see sometimes brides, and this is no disrespect to anyone, that the white dress can just get drowned out in terms of this is just another bride or it's her wedding day and there's her white dress. I actually wanted something that was unique to me. I'm definitely an offbeat bride. I definitely follow the tune of my own drum. And so I went with the red dress. And I also had a second dress for the reception. So what I'm going to do here is you'll see a few pictures of the dress, and I'm actually going to show you the dress itself right out of the bag. This is the dress. And honestly, it does not look like much from this view, but you've got some detailed pleats here, I guess you will call them, and a side flower applique design. And it has a quite the long train that I wanted, not like Diana, Princess Diana long. And then here's the lace up back. Um, but it fit pretty much to the T of the dress that I sent an image to the seller of. So I would encourage anyone who's on a budget to definitely shoot for um, buying their wedding dress from China. Again, I chose DH Gate, and realize you're taking a risk. You can risk a loss anywhere from $100 to $300, but just remember that it's much less than what a typical dress would cost. And if you do take a loss, which in this case I did not feel that I did because I love the dress and it was perfect for my day, realize that you're taking a gamble. And again, that's not for the faint of heart. So this is Jendai signing off, and I hope you love the dress. Good luck.